This is me.
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 This is me. This is me.
Brandon is someone I would consider a doer. When his mind is set on something, he'll do any kind of work or preparation and do his best in whatever field it may be. I remember when I was younger, he was in love with the sport soccer. He trained for hours on end. Even though I was younger and more naturally gifted, I would never be able to achieve his determination and work ethic. Characteristics I would use to describe him include fun, relaxed, unique, and determined. As a younger brother, I've had the opportunity to see these traits through multiple situations in his life. Brandon's strengths lie in communication. I've never met someone who Brandon hasn't been able to strike up a conversation with. For this reason, I believe he should pursue a career that deals with teamwork or working with people. A second strength is learning. Maybe he isn't the best in the room at something off the start, but due to his determination and grind, he can be close to the very best through learning.
I think I've always believed that people need other people. As a people person, you would think that I would know. But that belief was seriously put to the test over the last 7 months or so. Earlier this year, an event happened that left me devastated. I don't think it's appropriate to share what the event was out of respect to other parties involved. I will say that there was nothing illegal or horrendous that occurred, nor anything immoral. I'll also say that the other parties involved are good people and are still relatively close to me today, but that the events that happened at the time put some tension and distance between us. More than that, it shattered every plan that I had in my mind. I was broken. I still am healing from that brokenness. The first couple weeks after the event, I was in complete denial that it had even happened. I thought that the group of people that I was with were going to make up with me right away and that things would go back to normal. But that didn't happen. I felt the distance growing between that group and I wasn't sure what to do. I didn't want my mom and dad to find out, for whatever reason, which makes no sense now, but I pushed them out of my life anyway. For 2 weeks after the event occurred, I felt so alone. I felt the most alone I ever had in my entire life. All of the people who I thought were my friends and were going to stick close to seemed to be gone. There were some people that stuck around, but I just felt depressed, even a little bit unstable. As I said, I was broken. However, I wasn't left there. A few weeks later, something interesting happened. I went to a church meeting to see the ordination of a minister in the church that I belonged to. While I was there, a man that I'll name Second Dad showed up. He asked me how I had been doing and what had been going on with my life. At first, I was skeptical of him pursuing me. I didn't like that he had just come out of nowhere, and I didn't really know him that well. I wasn't sure if he had my best interests in mind. However, I reluctantly accepted his phone number, and we went our separate ways. He called me later that week. Again, I was skeptical, but I decided to keep talking. We went deep. We talked for 4 hours straight that night, and I've talked to him almost every day since then. He's been someone who's lifted me from the depths of sorrow and despair to the mountains of grace and purpose. His wife, I call second mom. His children call me their brother. I love my natural father with everything in me. So much so that I'm willing to compare this man to being my father. He's my second dad. That's my story.
This is me.
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 This is me. This is me.